day. You'd be forgiven for thinking that you are finding me in bushland in Australia right now, but instead you see the beautiful mountains. So instead, good morning. Instead right now we are in Pokhara, as I'm sure you know from our previous videos, but we're heading on our way to commence the Mardi Himal trek. So right now we are in what we think is the bus station or bus stop. So we're going to be getting the bus. Should take us, I don't know how long, we'll find out. And yeah, come on the journey today. Honestly, you just don't get tired of those views. And today is the clearest day that we've seen the mountains, and it's the day that we're starting our trek. So hopefully we're going to get some epic views on the way. Bus ride so far, all good. So we made it to the beginning of the trek. This is Kande, I think that's how you say it, and this is where we'll commence our walk up into the mountains. Australian camp being our first stop, and most likely the place where we'll stay tonight. You can walk further, but we're in a battle against the day and the daylight because it is quite late. Normally you'll start your trek early in the morning, but we're quite casual and we kind of just go with the flow. Don't want to get stuck in the mountains, and we don't want to be stuck without a place to stay. But in this stop, if you're doing it yourself, you can see that there's a few restaurants, there's places to buy some snacks, top up your water and things like that. There are a couple of hotels as well if you want to just chill out here before you get going. But yeah, the bus journey was great, very comfortable. It was a lot of fun. They played some music on the way, so I enjoyed it. I would do recommend it. We're just getting a little coffee and then we'll finish up and start the trek soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So we had our coffee. 3 coffees there were 400 rupees. It's kind of about right, to be fair. I'm expecting the prices to be a little different here than they are in Pokhara and the main areas, because of course you're up in the mountain and they've got to bring the products up. So I'll kind of inform you as we go along on the prices, in case you're watching this video in the aspiration of doing a trek yourself. But yeah, so far the air feels clean, the views are incredible, and the people are lovely. Starting to puff now. We're in the stair section. This is the leg burner. Namaste. Lots of steps. Quite out of breath now. It's just one after another. Keep going. Keep pushing. Now this trek, depending on who you speak to, is anywhere between 4 and 7 days. For us, we would prefer to do it slowly. That means taking more days because, well, we want to feel it, enjoy it and experience it. But we most importantly need to give ourselves time to acclimatise. This trek is quite notorious for people struggling with the acclimatization, not because it's particularly high. The peak is around 4,500 meters, but because it's a short trek and you gain that elevation quickly. So we need to make sure we give ourselves time and don't rush.
I'm doing it well. This is quite steep anyway, but it's fine. This is our starting point. I suppose that we will get better.
Well, can we go to the Australian camp and then just go back, right?
I think so. Maybe stay there for a few nights.
One of the things that we were told beforehand was that this trail would be busy. Now, don't get me wrong, we're only at the beginning and we have started relatively late in the day, but so far we've not crossed a single other tourist, a couple of locals, but yeah, maybe that'll change when we get to the, oh, it's, god damn it, just jinxed that, didn't I? Yeah, take it back. But we did get told it was going to be busy. But that's relative, isn't it? What is busy? Does that mean 1 or 2 people, or does it mean 500? Who knows? But yeah, more goddamn steps.
I think that we have only walked like around 200 meters.
In elevation, you mean?
In elevation. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to deny it. But we can do it. We can do this.
Hi. Nice.
Little lunchbox.
Evaluation of the pit stop run. It's hot and hard. Do we have any more?
That's what she said. What?
Do we have any more adjectives for the experience so far?
Yeah.
Probably it will be better if the weather will be cold and it's quite hot.
I'll speak to the people in the village, see what they can do about that.
I'm sure they can rustle up a fan. I reckon it's alright. It's not too bad.
Jay here was proclaiming to us at the start that he's suffering with a bad leg and he's waiting for a surgery on his back. He quit smoking 2 weeks ago, so he's in pretty rough shape.
And I've got newly broken ribs.
And he's the only one of us who's not puffing. So what that says about me and Xiomara, maybe we should get back on the cigs.
Yeah, they maximise, you know, your abilities. You get used to functioning with less.
Yeah, they help with the absorption.
Yeah, and also you're used to reduced intake of oxygen.
So there's
Scientifically proven.
your tip for the day. To get fit for this trek, smoke 20 Albanian cigarettes a day.
I thought about that this morning, I think.
We've got a dilemma. We've got a left and a right turn. Right is downhill, the left seemingly uphill. Let me just take a second to catch our breath at this gorgeous little stream. I'd very much like to dip my feet in there right now, because maybe you can't tell, but I am a sweaty pig. The long shirt that I'm wearing is to stop the sunburn, which I suffered with on Sarenkot, as you would have seen. But the downside is that I'm a little bit of an animal right now.
Get something to eat. That's going to be the most amazing meal that we ever had in our entire life. Seriously. We're going to be absolutely drained, hunger, destroyed by this mountain.
Yesterday, I sent what would probably sound like quite an alarming text message to my mum. So we heard a few stories from some local people that within the last few years some foreigners have actually disappeared on this trail. I think that happens on every trail. I don't think there are serial killers on the loose, but people have accidents and get lost and, you know, misjudge things and whatever. And of course there are natural disasters as well, you know, the infamous earthquake a few years ago. But I sent my mum a text message saying that we were about to commence a trek and we're heading into the mountains, and just in case anything happens, like I'm going to need to be repatriated or she would have to come looking for us, we're on Mardi Himal. So that sounds pretty brutal, sounds quite exaggerated, but yeah, if you come in, tell people where you are just in case, because accidents do happen. Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah.
And who?
Against West Ham.
Yeah, good man. So you like?
Rashford scored 1 goal in 38 minutes.
Are you Manchester United or Manchester
I
City?
love watching them.
But who's your team?
I don't know, but if you bribe me to support Manchester United, I can support.
Who-
I'm just kidding.
Who's your team then?
Manchester City.
Oh god. I think I go back to Pokhara now. There's bad people around here. I'm joking.
But we are Mancunians.
We are. You've got a red shirt on, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
See you later.
Okay.
Gets the sport up on the mountain, so he's got more than what I've had so far. I made a rule with Xiomara that I shouldn't watch the games anymore because every time I miss the game we win. Yeah, that was
That was quick.
Very quick,
I
wasn't
think I
it?
was carrying on walking more if you want.
No, it's another 4 hours, I think, to the next place, right?
Not sure. We can check.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. No, Babu.
Anytime.
Danny bad.
Welcome.
And then Vitucha.
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 Metocha. So yeah, the prices, you're going to pay more than in the city, but you're an idiot if you don't expect that. But as you can see, I'll give you an example. Let's go with what I've had.
Yes.
Potato curry with rice, 500. If you want a dal bhat, 550.
5, 10 degrees?
I think what we're going to do is get a room here tonight. It's a triple room, so 3 beds, and the cost of the entire room is 800. So we split it between us and you balance out the cost of your food.
It's great fun.
Typically, people will walk further up and they'll go to the next little village, which is about half an hour away, and you can go further to the one after, which I think is another 2 hours. We ourselves are going to stay here tonight. So this is our village over here. This is Australian camp. Not figured out yet why it's called Australian camp. Jay seems to reckon it's because this looks like Australia. You can stay in tents instead of in the rooms over there. Tend to be around the same price, but they look really comfortable, especially this time of year. The guy said it doesn't get very cold. Any bad? Australian camp viewpoint. And what was your name?
My name is Bishop.
Bishop. So we're about to have the best cup of coffee in all of Nepal, courtesy of our friend here on Australian camp viewpoint. And how much was this?
250.
Bargain.
Very good. It smells fantastic.
As for Australian camp, so far so good. I actually really enjoy it. I think it looks really nice. It's super chill. We kept hearing that the trail's busy. Now maybe this is because it's the first stop, there's not many people here, but so far it's really nice. See Amara, she's in her typical leave me alone, don't talk to me phase.
No, because this is a time to reflect. This is a time to be in peace outside of everything. So just enjoying myself.
Looking at Instagram?
No, I don't have any, I don't have any signal.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
That's not true.
We had our coffee, enjoyed the sights and the peaceful sounds of the mountain, and the clouds started to clear. We got a wonderful view of Annapurna, not sure which one, and Fishtail Mountain. So I'm going to take you on a little walk through where we are. This is Australian camp. And this is where we're staying, in here. And we're trying to find a viewpoint up there where you can really see the mountain in the distance. And as you see, you've got little shops where you can buy things. You need some hats because you're cold. And it's very well kept, isn't it? It's very picturesque.
Yeah, you're a bit chilly now, isn't it?
Yeah, starting to get cold.
You feeling fresh? I don't think it's actually cold, but I think maybe because we've been down in the heat, it's...
No,
Yeah, by contrast,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more.
Yeah. Got the mountain here in the distance. And I think for the minute, for today, we're going to leave this one here and we'll either end this as one video or we'll pick it up with you in the morning. See you later.
See you later.